There are some dogs who carry their stories with them even if they can't put it into words. Brad is one of those dogs. Brad was found as a stray on the streets of Houston, and he was in rough shape. His tail was half gone, he was in constant pain, and yet when rescuers approached, he didn't growl, he didn't run. He walked right up to them, tail stub wagging, with a sweetness that seemed impossible for a dog who had been through so much. That moment said a lot about who Brad truly is at his core.
I love it! I love it more! I love it!
At the shelter, they discovered he was deaf. For many, that would have been one more reason to pass him over. But the rescue didn't give up on Brad. He stayed with them for years, 2, maybe more, waiting for someone to see him, not for what he lacked, but for what he had to give. During that time, Brad was sent to a prison canine program down in Canyon City, Colorado. Inmates worked with him, teaching him hand signals so he could understand and communicate. That gave Brad tools to thrive, but still no permanent home. He was adopted once by a foster family, but after a few months they returned him, and then he ended up in boarding again, back in limbo. That's where I first met Brad. My last foster had just been adopted, and I was looking for another dog to bring home. When I saw Brad, I didn't yet know all of his history. I just knew there was something in his eyes, gentle, calm, forgiving. I brought him home, and from the very first day, Brad acted like he'd always belonged. He hopped on the couch, looked around, and you could almost hear him thinking, okay, I live here now. Where are the snacks? I told myself he was just a foster, but in my heart, I knew right away. After everything Brad had been through, I couldn't bear the thought of him being returned again. By November, it was official. Brad wasn't going anywhere. He was home. What amazes me most is Brad's spirit. He isn't reactive, he isn't guarded. If I had lived through what he lived through, I don't know if I'd trust people again. But Brad does. He loves people. He makes you laugh. He fills the room with this quiet, positive energy that's hard to describe, but so easy to feel. I'll never forget giving Brad his first bath at my house. He started chomping at the water, splashing around like a goofy puppy, so happy that I couldn't stop laughing. Now, he sometimes just goes into the tub on his own, like it's his little clubhouse.
Aww.
He's got his quirks too. Brad can be a bit lazy. Once he fell halfway off the couch while dreaming, and instead of climbing back up, he just stayed there like, this works. Sometimes I'll find him sleeping with one back leg draped across his face. No logic to it, but it's his thing. Brad loves sunbathing in the yard, soaking in the warmth. On the 4th of July, he sat with me and watched fireworks, totally unbothered. That's one of the hidden gifts of a deaf dog, no fear of loud noises. I don't take Brad to dog parks. Off-leash is tough with a deaf dog. And with his breed and size, I worry. If something ever went wrong, I don't want him blamed just for looking the way he does. And the funny thing is, people often do hesitate at first when they meet Brad. You can see it in their faces, but give them 10 minutes and they're smiling, scratching his head, saying how much they love him. Sometimes I think about Brad's past. Maybe he came from a backyard breeder in Houston. Maybe someone wanted to fight him, but because he's such a gentle soul, he wasn't useful. So they dumped him, left him to survive on his own. But here's what humbles me most. Brad forgave. He didn't hold on to bitterness. He still loves people, still trusts, still gives everything he has. After all the ways humans let him down, Brad chose to keep loving anyway. That's the kind of dog he island. That's the kind of soul he has. And if you've ever thought about adopting, please don't overlook dogs like Brad, the ones with scars, the ones who've waited years, the ones who may not fit the picture you had in your head, because sometimes those are the dogs who will change you the most. I didn't just rescue Brad. Brad rescued me too. When you adopt, you're not just saving a life, you're welcoming a love and a loyalty that you can't put into words. If you open your home and your heart, you'll find that you're not just giving them a second chance, you're giving yourself one too.